What if the failure wasn't the thing that broke you, but the story you told yourself about it was the real damage all along? Here are 3 jaw-dropping facts about how your brain builds a self-narrative after failure and rewires itself around that story forever. And the last one completely changed how I see setbacks. Fact 1. Your brain has a built-in system called the default mode network, and scientists discovered that it is most active when you are doing absolutely nothing. What's it doing? It's telling you a story about yourself. Who you are, what you've done, what you deserve. After a major failure, this network goes into overdrive, replaying the moment, rewriting your identity, and literally hardwiring shame, self-doubt, and fear directly into your neural pathways. The longer you stay silent about your failure, the more your brain fills in the story for you, and it never writes a flattering ending. Pause. Think about your last big failure. What story did you tell yourself in the days after? That story is still running right now. If you want to rewire your mind and be smarter about your own psychology every single day, like and subscribe right now. Because this is the science of rebuilding yourself, and nobody talks about it.
Fact 2. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck ran a study that shook the entire world of human performance. She found that people who described their failure using the word "I failed" recovered slower, felt worse, and performed worse afterward. But people who said, "I haven't figured it out yet," just that one tiny word, showed measurably higher resilience, faster recovery, and stronger future performance. Why? Because your brain treats language like literal programming code. The words you use to describe your failure become the architecture of your next attempt. You are not writing a diary. You are writing source code for your identity. Try this. Take your biggest failure and rewrite it in one sentence, starting with the words, "I was brave enough to try something that taught me," and watch how your body physically responds differently. And you didn't know that this single reframing technique is used by Olympic athletes, Navy SEALs, and Fortune 500 CEOs to bounce back faster than anyone around them. You didn't know that the most dangerous thing about failing isn't the loss. It's the 48 hours of silence afterward, when your brain quietly decides who you are from now on. In 1914, Thomas Edison's entire laboratory, decades of work, experiments, and irreplaceable inventions, burned completely to the ground in a single night. He was 67 years old. His son watched in horror as everything his father had built turned to ash. And Edison walked up beside him, looked at the flames, and said, "Go get your mother and all her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again." The very next morning, he began rebuilding. Psychologists who have studied this moment call it a narrative override, the deliberate, conscious decision to refuse the brain's automatic failure story and author an entirely new one in real time. Edison didn't deny the loss. He simply refused to let it write the next chapter. Within 3 weeks, he had already begun producing again. The last one amazed me every single time, because that fire didn't end his story. His self-narrative did. Studies show that people who like and subscribe are already practicing a growth mindset, and that alone puts you ahead of 90% of people. Share this with someone who is stuck in a story that was never truly theirs to begin with. You are not your failure. You are not the fire. You are not the story your brain wrote at 2 a.m. when everything felt over. You are the person who gets to pick up the pen tomorrow morning and write something the world has never read before. Edison lost everything at 67 and still had more chapters left to write.